I am Liam Billingham. Fa la 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 la.
I'm just George Fragopoulos.
Bah
humbug.
And this is
a very special
Christmas episode
of
Oeuvre Busters.
Please, sir, can I have some more porridge?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed ba 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 ba. Merry Christmas, George. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We're recording this on the first night of Hanukkah.
Oh, we are, yeah.
Which I
Happy
celebrated
Hanukkah.
in my house a little bit. Thank you.
Do you guys gift throughout the entire holiday?
No, we just light the candle one night and tend to eat the food. But I'm not there with them this year.
Aw, you will be soon.
I'm here with you.
Celebrating
Christmas.
And the spirit of podcasting.
And the spirit of
what's the best
podcasting.
gift you could give to your fellow man? A podcast.
A free episode of our podcast.
You welcome
Unlike
America.
all those other episodes that cost $400.
You welcome America. So what are we talking about today, Liam,
Well,
to get
first
us
of all,
into the holiday spirit?
I'd like to know what your favorite Christmas movie is.
Ooh, The Shop Around the Corner.
Really?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Tell us about that movie.
It is the best Jimmy Stewart Christmas movie.
Tell me more about that.
Everybody thinks it is It's a Wonderful Life. Can go fuck themselves. No, yeah, it's Lubitsch.
Okay.
And it is, I believe it's actually the remake of You Got Mail.
You've Got Mail is the remake.
No, I'm
of
pretty sure it's the other way around.
So You've Got Mail came out first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
It takes place at
that's the way around.
Christmas?
Takes place at Christmas.
Now,
yeah.
does the original film You've Got Mail take place at Christmas?
I never saw it.
Oh, I've seen it.
And?
Uh,
It's no Joe versus the Volcano.
it's okay. It's no Sleepless in
It's
Seattle.
no Sleepless in Seattle.
Whoa.
Face Off, but with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. Do it.
Christmas. It takes place at Christmas.
Yeah. And Meg Ryan's like, I'm going to take his face off.
My favorite Christmas movie is Muppets Christmas Carol. Favorite Christmas song?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, George Michael, Last Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
My favorite is the entirety of Sufjan Stevens' Christmas album.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Thank
the
you.
entirety of it. Is there any track in particular?
I really like.
I
I really love. What's it called? My favorite Christmas song is "Silent Night," and he does a nice version of that.
I should have been really pretentious and been like Handel's Messiah.
Silent Night. Oh, you know what? I totally take it back. Muppets Christmas is my favorite Christmas
Not Muppets
album.
Christmas Carol.
No, Muppets Christmas the album. Muppets Christmas Carol is my favorite Christmas movie. I love Muppets and Christmas. It makes me wistful and sad, and I like the wistful and sadness.
The Muppets make you sad?
Yeah, they make me think of childhood, and then I think about death.
Oh my god, the retreat into
the season
eternal
to be
womb.
jolly.
So what are we talking about on this very special Christmas occasion?
We decided to drop a fun little episode. Season 3, as you know, is Batman, and though that season hasn't officially started, tonight George and I sat down and we drank a little holiday
Bourbon.
alcohol.
Holiday alcohol.
And we watched.
This is the only time of year we drink.
It's the only time of the year. We watched the episode Christmas with the Joker.
Of the Batman
Season
anime?
1
Yeah.
episode. Shut the fuck up. Season 1, Episode 2 of Batman the Animated Series. Couple things about this episode. Directed by Ken Buttersworth, and heir to the
Butterworth
fortune. Written by Eddie Gorodetsky. It was originally aired on November 13th, 1992. It is the second episode of the show. And it features the first appearance of the Joker as voiced by Rise of Skywalker star Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
And a very, very
blown.
brief description of the episode is that the Joker escapes from Arkham Asylum and kidnaps Commissioner Gordon, his daughter Barbara Gordon, and Harvey Bullock, that most wonderful of cops, and wants Batman to find them, and puts a bunch of obstacles in his way, including a derailed train and just a bunch of different stuff.
Where does he find the time to do all this in between the time he escapes and the time he kidnaps these poor innocent people?
It's a good question.
He retrofits a planetarium and he turns the telescope into a cannon.
Yes.
He builds mannequins with machine gun hands.
Okay.
He builds a huge, ginormous Jack in the Box.
He does.
And I think also those like huge Nutcracker like machines in the factory towards the end. I think
there's
he
a
might
lot
have made
going
those
on.
as well. Do you think it just
We
has all
should
that
also
shit in
note that
reserve?
this episode takes place on Christmas Eve,
Right? Because
which is why is it a Christmas episode?
Robin keeps telling Batman that they should just stay home and watch It's a Wonderful Life.
So one thing that I like about Batman the Animated Series, I think, is a great show. I don't think I would describe this as a great episode per se. I thought it was a little boring. You can find this episode on various platforms. We watched it with commercials, and it kind of
cut the momentum.
kind of cut the momentum of the episode by a significant amount. But it does begin. The Batman has a character arc in the episode, or Bruce Wayne does, where at the beginning he's kind of like bah humbug, and Robin's trying to see him Robin is trying to get Batman to see like how Christmas brings out the best in people, and it's the most wonderful time of the year.
So
and it's a wonderful life. So they're patrolling the city, and
they're not finding crime.
They're not finding crime. Batman thinks that like this guy is going to steal this woman's purse, but actually he's just returning a package that she dropped. I was kind of hoping like they were going to do some kind of Christmas Carol thing with it, like a more, but it'd be
like
very
Ghost of Christmas Past kind of thing?
Yeah, but it'd be very difficult to do with the second episode of the
series.
series.
And they're patrolling the city. Batman's kind of bored, so he plants some heroin on this innocent kid, and then he beats the crap out of him, and he's like, I found some heroin on you.
I don't think that's really,
him.
I don't think Batman plants evidence.
No, he does, and because he's just bored. And then he brings the cops in. They really like just beat the shit out of this poor
George
innocent
is
kid.
full of Christmas cheer right now.
And Batman's like, I feel a little bit better about myself. And then he finds out that the Joker has escaped. He's like, fuck.
What did you think of the episode, George?
I also was kind of bored. I wonder if that had to do with the commercials. I love the dynamic animation of this show, which maybe we should spend some time talking about. We will also in a few weeks be talking about Mask of the Phantasm.
Yes, we will be, which is the theatrical film.
I'm excited to kind of come back to it, but watching it again and thinking about it in relationship also to the films, because the animated show is really kind of borrowing heavily from the Burton.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely
Batman.
hugely influenced, including the music and the style.
So a lot of also the angles and like it's very
A
angular.
lot of Dutch angles.
Yeah, and
the sets as they were have angles,
and it's very like German expressionist almost.
Yes,
which it borrows again from the film.
It also uses the theme music from the film in a slightly rearranged version, and the sort of the character dynamics are similar in that Batman is. I mean, I would say the Bruce Wayne in the show is like a more jacked up version of the Michael Keaton character, but Alfred has the same kind of dryness. Of course, there's no Robin in the Burton Batman films, so that's hard to count. But the show does have Robin. Probably the highlight of this episode and any episode that he's in is Mark Hamill as the Joker.
So good.
And this is his first appearance, which I didn't realize it was so early in the show's
run.
The show's run, but it's the first time he's been on the show. He is phenomenal.
He's amazing
in it, and it's very, very. It's great. I think it's really, really fun.
We don't actually talk about the Hamill Joker.
The Hamill. Well, we're going to talk about Mask of the Phantasm.
Is he a Mask of the Phantasm?
Yes, he's the Joker.
Oh, I thought it was.
He plays Luke Skywalker in Mask of the Phantasm.
I thought the villain was the Phantasm, the titular Phantasm, or the titular mask. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
The titular Batman.
Yeah.
Maybe Batman is the villain.
I mean, in certain respects, he is.
Did you think of that?
I have thought of it. I just told you
one
he
thing
planted
that
heroin on some innocent kid.
One thing that I think is interesting about watching. We've recorded a bunch of episodes today, letting you a little bit in on the
way the sausage is made.
The sausage, the Batman sausage. TV shows always feel like they have less stakes. I think it's funny how the Joker begins the episode in Arkham and ends the episode in Arkham, and he doesn't get processed or arrested or put on trial. He's just back.
It's a lawless state.
It's a lawless state. Well, it's actually a very lawed state.
Ooh.
There's tons of law in Gotham City.
Saying, yeah.
And it all takes place in one night. It's very sort of kind of like the serialized style of it. It's harder to take as an adult. When you're a kid, you're like, yeah, that was cool. It was fun. But like, it seems to have less. It's almost
there's no
like
consequences.
Yeah, it's almost like a recent Star Wars movie in that it has no consequences.
Ooh, speaking of Mark Hamill,
poor guy. But I wouldn't say it was. It was like really fun to watch and revisit, and but I would say that this is probably one of the less exciting episodes of the show that I've seen.
Yeah. Do you remember any episodes in particular that stood out to you?
I remember very well. I recently rewatched the pilot, which I believe has the Scarecrow in it. I remember the Arkham, the episode of the show where the Scarecrow is poisoning football players and making them like see things. I remember that one really clearly, and we talked about this. But I really love the episode, I Almost Got Him episode, where a bunch of the villains are sort of...
That's right.
The rogues gallery is sitting together talking about how they almost got Batman. And I the short story kind of esque nature of that show, of that episode, felt like kind of cool and groundbreaking. And, you know, the show features a much more dynamic cast of heavies like Killer Croc and Clayface and...
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy, who gets, I'm sure, short shrift in the film. I haven't seen the film. But, yeah... Those are some ones that stick out to me. This doesn't seem like as great as an episode, but I do appreciate that Batman has the character arc at the beginning of like, Christmas is stupid, and at the end he's like, sometimes life is wonderful, which is weird because all he's done that night is put a homicidal maniac behind bars.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really.
Well, I guess
speak
he's
to
just
me.
happy that he could sit in his mansion and just watch a movie in peace.
That could be what it was. Yeah, he needs a night off. Every billionaire needs a night off.
Of course, they work so
They
hard.
get tie.
For all their money.
All their money.
Oh, you guys okay? Feel so bad for them with their wine caves. Oh,
Wine caves. When I'm a billionaire, I'm not gonna have a bat cave. I'm gonna have a wine cave.
Bruce Wayne has both.
He does. Also interesting how this bat cave is clearly modeled on the Batman, the Burton Bat Cave.
For reals.
With all
We don't see actually Arkham in the Burton ones, which is interesting.
I don't think we see Arkham until God. Can you imagine?
Until
His Arkham would be fucking awesome.
I think we see it in the third one or the fourth one.
Do we not see it? Yeah, I guess we don't.
I think we might see it in the third one.
We might see it in the third
but
one.
I don't remember.
It's been a while. Oh God.
Oh my God. Talk about it's been a while. It's been a while.
But it's an entertaining episode. I would say one thing that I don't love about it is that it features Harvey Bullock, but Harvey Bullock does not have a line of dialogue. And Harvey Bullock is sort of like Captain Eckhart in the original Batman, the 1989 Batman.
Well, Eckhart's the corrupt cop.
Yeah, but Harvey Bullock is just kind of the meathead cop.
Yeah, totally.
And there's a similar character in Batman Begins, whose name escapes me, but is kind of a corrupt. Actually, no, is definitely a corrupt cop.
Is he?
Yeah. So
remember.
it's good that they kind of covered that. I like that they have that in the series, and any appearance by Jim Gordon is all right by me.
Yeah.
All right.
He's in it for sure. The episode we just saw. I mean, he was
Yeah,
there.
that
I
was-
saw him. I
yeah.
saw him, and I was like, that guy there. Hey, Liam.
Hey, that's Jim Gordon.
That's Jim Gordon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got it. I feel like we've covered it. We've got some good stuff
We
here.
nailed it.
We're gonna be doing more episodes on Batman in the coming few months, weeks. Over
Definitely months.
Yeah.
But everybody
these are-
should rate, review, and subscribe
please rate, review, and subscribe to the show.
wherever you can.
Yeah, exactly. And make sure you're listening to the show and telling us what you think. And we've recorded so many episodes today.
And
that,
we've had a lot of bourbon.
We haven't had that much bourbon.
A lot of bourbon.
Can we do a Christmassy thing before we?
Oh God!
Before we.
You can, and I'll just stare at you.
Okay. Should I read the entirety of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" on the podcast?
Sure. Yeah,
Should
that's
I?
cool. How long is it? What happens if I keep interrupting you? Will that
"'Twas
make it
the night.
shorter?
George, this is for you. "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads." George is looking at his phone.
I'm
"And
trying
Mama
to find
and her
the goddamn
kerchief, and
poem.
I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his courses they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the house top the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, like nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. Can relate. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,
Be Christmas to all.
and to all a good night.
That's all I remember. Also, that Christmas is a capitalist holiday and kind of encourage us to buy gifts and stuff for people they don't really need.
God bless us, everyone.
Every one of us.
We hope wherever you're going for your capitalist-filled dreams, you have a good time. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody.
I'm Liam Billingham.
I'm George Vagopoulos.
And this was Christmas!
Christmas Busters.
It's the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.